it is. There it is. What up? What up? What up?
What's going on?
What's going
How you
on, man? How
doing,
you
Eddie?
doing, bro?
Shit, rolling with the punches.
That's right.
Shit, fucking. It ain't gravy, but it ain't horrible. So I'm
Yep.
doing good.
Yep.
Yeah, sweet.
Well, I like that intro a lot better. So we're getting quicker at this
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, man.
So
Fucking.
we got a special guest on the line, CJ, Sacred
Hell
Keys,
yeah, what's up? What's up?
EP4,
Episode, yep.
episode
Episode
four,
four.
baby.
That's what's
Um,
up.
so you
I'm
already know
proud
the
of you.
drill, bro.
hmm
So why don't you tell the people what you do as so they know kind of what type of
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
you
So,
got going on.
yeah. My name's CJ. The producer name's Ice Cold, but I'm also a barber. So I do to get bread on the table. My breadwinner shit is barbering, but my dream shit is the music for sure. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I'm doing. I'm balancing it out, trying to put food on the table while I make the music happen.
Yep. That's how it goes. I gotta put some more bass in those
Yeah,
shots, bro. Actually, I edited them shits. I got them ready, but I haven't been able to dump them. But that's boom, 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 boom,
yeah,
boom. Like, yeah, I got that set up, and I got some
hell
new
yeah.
sound effects too. I got the sound effects ready. Got that cracking
Sound
too.
effects for
For the board, I'm
oh,
gonna
you're
take the
talking about for
board.
the next one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
for the,
yeah.
you know,
That's what's up.
um, so like I was telling you, I got some updates. We're gonna do some updates. So for everybody out there watching, if well, there's nobody out there watching because we're just getting started. But for anybody who
Future
does give a
people from the
shit,
future.
yeah, for whoever does give a shit, episode 4, we've come up with a lot of changes. I got a whole new
Yeah,
format that's coming soon, but all in a day,
yeah.
all in due time, bro. It's not this shit ain't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You working hard, bro. I see
yeah,
you working every day on this shit.
yeah. This
People
shit
only
is
see the
hard.
stream once a week, but you doing
Only
shit every
stream once
day.
a week, but you need to put in like 16 hours, bro, daily. Like,
It's
bro, I
crazy.
haven't had breakfast, bro. Well, no,
Damn.
I'm lying. I had breakfast. I haven't had anything after that. Fucking
Yeah,
starving.
yeah. Just eating once a day.
Mm-hmm. Low key, but all right,
I
man.
feel
So let's
that
go ahead. Go ahead.
grind is real.
Yeah,
No, I
man.
said I feel that the grind is real. You gotta
Absolutely, bro.
fucking
That's how it goes, man.
work it out. Eat when you can.
Mm-hmm. Eat when we can, bro. We'll eat more later. All right.
Yeah.
So I got these questions, bro. Speaking of new formats, we're gonna uh
Okay.
we're gonna shorten up the sessions. So we're gonna try to shoot for like 20, 30-minute sessions. I feel like 45 minutes is too long. And we're gonna try to get multiple guests,
Okay.
coming on the shows eventually. Maybe do like back-to-back guests, shit
Bro.
like that. But for right
Yeah, yeah.
now, I got 7 questions pulled up. And
Okay.
so for again, so as I always say, the format of the show right now, as is, EP4 is we got random questions. CJ is gonna pick a number between 1 and 7. It used to be 20, but he picks a number. I ask the question. He gives an answer straight up. Like, I mean, it's really that straightforward. Like, it's that simple. At the end of
Yeah.
the show, we're gonna ask you for 2 to 3 sacred keys, and that's basically
Okay.
advice that you want to give to people, whatever it may be, whether it be from a barber perspective,
Right.
a production perspective, music, just some life shit, whatever you want to do. It's
Mm-hmm.
really that's up to you, right? Um,
Oh yeah.
so
I
so
like that.
huh?
I said I like that. That's a
Yeah,
good
yeah,
that's a good strategy approach.
yeah. Let's do it, man. So let's get started. Let's get
All
started.
right,
Pick a
bro.
number, bro. 1 out of 7. Let's go.
Um, Shit, let's start off with number 4, episode 4.
Okay. Do you start with melodies or drums when making a beat?
Mm, Definitely melodies every time.
Yeah.
Cause yeah, it's just easier I find when you like when I jump on online or whether I'm trying to lay down a melody or if I'm trying to find an existing one to
Mm-hmm.
chop it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's just always easier to use the drums first, or sorry, the melody first. Because if I lay down a drum line, at least for me, probably because of maybe it's because I'm just starting out and it'll be easier for me later. But I find that the drum line just comes together. Rarely does the drum line kind of lead the whole song for me. I'm always trying to find the melody to get like the mood that I'm in, to
Mm-hmm.
capture the mood, because drum lines, they're harder to fit into, like, if I make the drum line first and then I try to slap a melody over it,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be harder to find pieces that fit rare versus just creating or finding my melody and then putting the drums in after the fact. Because when I'm doing the drums, I'm usually just the one, I'm just laying them out myself. I'm not going on Splice or anything like that to find someone else's drum line. I'm always just making my own shit.
Agreed.
So that's just easier in my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah, agreed. Most people do because it's
Yeah.
harder to fit those pockets
Right,
you
that
know, it's
part.
like
That's what I was
you
trying to
trying to
say.
put
Yeah,
pockets in the melodies and you can't really. It's harder to squeeze that shit in
right.
there.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
No, it's easier to capture. It helps me capture the energy a lot easier. A
Mm-hmm.
lot. I'm trying to say it helps me capture the energy that I'm trying to create
Mm-hmm.
more effectively and more efficiently when
Hell
I'm just
yeah.
laying down the melody first versus the other way around.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Okay.
sure.
Okay. Next number, bro.
Let's see. Let's start with two.
Have you started building a brand or are you just focused on the music right now?
So funny enough, when I first started building the brand, so to answer your question, no, but I was. And in the beginning, I was trying to build
Oh shit, fool.
the brand
We
for.
got 5 viewers in this bitch. We ain't never had 5 viewers.
Oh shit, that's what's
Appreciate
up. That's
everybody,
what's
man.
up. What's going on? What's
Good
going
looking. I'm gonna
on?
set up the chats and shit. I haven't
Yeah,
set up the chats, bro. I'm working hard, bro. Just bear with me. I'm trying to develop this whole shit. It's like, it's my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off, bro.
no, you
It's a
good.
lot, bro. Like it's a lot. So y'all just bear with me. We already did EP3. We haven't dropped it. I got a video editor that's coming, and they're gonna start helping me out with this shit because this is just too much for one person, bro. But anyway, go back to the question. Appreciate everybody. Go back.
Yeah, you good. So you're saying basically, uh, haven't built my brand yet,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
so I was. And originally, the way I started about 2 years ago, and then you were there when I fucking found the NPC and I started messing around with it. That's when I really wanted to, I was in college at that point. I really wanted to focus on the branding and the not the branding, but or not just the branding, but focus on the music and the branding. What's the word?
Oh shit. I thought my
Next to each
camera
other.
froze. I was like, damn, my camera froze.
Oh
Go ahead.
no, yeah, I see you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to build the music and the branding together in parallel, but life just got in the way. You know, bills got in the way, and I eventually realized I had to find something else besides college, like grants and all that, to pay for my living expenses.
Mm-hmm.
So then I ended up transitioning. So I was building the brand while I was in college, and then I ended up transitioning to trade school because I had to find a more, just make more money, really.
Yeah. You gotta
The
eat,
music
bro.
thing for me, I understand can take forever. Yeah,
You gotta
I know.
eat.
For me, it's like, especially because I'm not trying to be, well, regardless of whether I was or not, I'm not trying to be like, you know, what's his name? Damn, it's your favorite producer. You know who I'm talking about?
My favorite.
Um,
I got like five favorites. Which one?
Timberland. Timberland.
Oh, Tim. Yeah,
Yeah,
Tim.
Tim.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I'm not trying to. For me, I guess it's just I'm seeing it as a more realistic approach because I love the music, but really, even if I didn't get paid for the music, I'd be grateful if I could work at the barber shop and make my beats on the barber chair in between cuts.
Yeah.
Like if I did that the rest of my life, that'd be cool. So, I'm not, my goals and ambitions aren't necessarily for the fame and fortune with the music as much as I'm not going to deny it as it comes, but I definitely wanted to create something more stable for myself around the music because I wanted to be able to focus on the music. And I
Right.
feel like it's harder to focus on the music if I just kind of throw myself in there and like,
And you're not able
you
to
know,
pay the bills.
not able to pay the bills because I'm so
Bro,
focused on the music, but
that's
then
the
I can't
step.
focus on the music.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
That's the universal artist struggle, bro. It's
Um,
trying to create shit, trying to stay creative
right.
and pay the bills at the same time. Especially as
Yeah.
you get
Yeah.
older and more responsibilities and shit start to fall on you
Right.
and you got to pay more. You got to the rent gets higher and then the car payment and then eventually you got kids and it's like it's that's why when you're young
Yeah.
you gotta get it in as much as
Mhm.
possible, you know. And
Yeah, yeah.
that's
That's
the
why I'm
struggle,
trying to run
bro.
this beater into the ground. Got my little '09 Corolla, Toyota Corolla.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking don't have to pay on that, so I'm grateful for that.
Yeah,
Openly
you're doing it
keep this
smart,
shit
man.
around for as long as I can.
You're doing
So
it right. You're doing it right.
yeah,
You'll
little by
get
little.
there. You're on the way.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, next number.
Mm, about three.
All right, number three. What advice would you give to someone just starting out in music production?
I'd probably bounce back to what we were just talking about. Number two is before you know find a way to practice music as much as you can, but still make sure that you're doing something for to put food on your table and clothes on your back.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know for me, especially around the time where like bills were due and I wasn't able to. I mean, if it wasn't that I couldn't afford the bills, it was that like after the bills I wasn't able to do shit anymore. So
Mm-hmm.
like at the beginning of the month when I had a lot of more money to play with, that was cool and my energy would be higher, my mood would be better, and I'd be able to I just enjoyed making music more. But near the end when I spent my money, I paid my bills, I don't really have anything else to fucking to buy, or I can't buy other shit in terms of like music production or like trying to buy the next headphones or something. And even just not, I'm kind of rambling, but even what I'm trying to say, let me dial it back. What I'm trying to say is you got to get your financial situation stable in order to fuel your art, in the sense of like, how you ever had like writer's block, or like, beat block, where you don't
Mm-hmm.
really know what the fuck to do next.
Mm-hmm.
You got to try to avoid that, in the sense that you got to take care of the other aspects of your life first.
Mm-hmm.
So my advice would be to figure out a way to take care of those first, to allow yourself to enjoy and be more creative in
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is, the
Yeah, it's
art that you're
hard.
trying
So basically, like what you, I get
to
you. So what
approach.
you're kind of saying is like it's hard to be creative when you got bills and shit. Like and
Yeah, just shit
you
they,
can't.
yeah,
It's hard to
like
make ends meet. So you got to be
right,
able to pay the motherfucking bills. So
right,
and
yeah,
that
'cause
like takes that stress off, so you can kind of be creative because it's harder to be creative when you got that type of shit,
yeah,
right?
because I mean, when I went on, yeah, exactly, because I went on when earlier on my little ramble. What I was trying to get at was like, I remember having specific moments where I was making beats or whatever, and I'm just like, damn, I wish I had this piece of equipment, or I wish I had this software so I could do that or this. And then that just it goes down to a spiral where it's like, well, damn, I don't got the money for that because I'm busy. I already paid my bills. I done already bought everything that I could. It's all because I also got the barber shit going on. I gotta pay for that, or whether it was like college or something.
Yeah.
And that shit would really kill my vibe when I was making music. I'd just be like, damn. It just makes me think about the future, and it's like I can't keep doing this. This isn't sustainable.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of the picture I was trying to paint earlier when I was
Survival,
kind of
man.
going off a tangent. Yeah, you gotta protect your vibe.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
So yeah, for sure.
Okay. Next question. Next number.
Yeah, next question. Let's see. We did two, three, four. Let's try six.
That's crazy. How do you handle beat block or creative burnout? So we just talking
Shit.
about that. You
Yeah.
just like fucking
Right.
2 minutes ago said beat block and
Just
shit
time it all
creative. You know what
right.
I'm saying?
That's
Like,
funny. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, well, beat block. Well, part of the reason I'll get beat block is because I've already explained with finances and whatever other problems you have in your life. But that is also a double-edged sword, because there's certain situations where I'll get inspiration from hardship, but usually it's not like financial. It's like some sort of emotional hardship or something. That's where I'll get my inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
So in order to overcome beat block, besides besides trying to handle your financial situation and making sure that that's taken care of, or I would say on top of that, um, if I was ever in a situation where I couldn't come up with a beat or something, I would get on Splice or like YouTube, and I'll just listen to beats. I'll listen to other people's work, or I'll listen to samples, um, and I'll just explore other people's music, because I guess in my eyes, when it comes to having a lack of
Bro,
inspiration,
go ahead. Go
what's
ahead.
up?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Just
Like
keep going. Keep going.
a lack of when it comes to having like a lack of inspiration, you want to like have an open mind, because a lot of the times, with the thing with art, about art, in my opinion, and this art specifically with writing, or not just writing, but just music creation in general, music production, is it's not just about what can create. It's a community based thing. It's
Mm,
about enjoying other people's art and just going where your soul tells you to go. So if your soul really is in the music, your soul might not always want to create. You might just want to explore other people's souls.
mm-hmm.
And so when you get on Splice or when you get on anything, just try not to be so. For me, just trying. I tell myself try not to be so insistent on like what can I make? What can I do that's dope? Try to figure out what other people make, because in my opinion, in my opinion, there's not, very rarely is there anything original. Most people are just building off other people's ideas and
Mm-hmm.
creating something in there that's unique to them.
Yeah.
And so that's why I don't have a problem finding inspiration from other people or finding like beats that are similar to different artists, like Kendrick type beat or, Drake type beat,
Yeah.
J. Cole type beat, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, I guess my answer to that is beat block is keep an open mind, go in without the expectation of creating something, and just kind of go where your soul takes you in terms of the music. Jump on YouTube, get on BeatStars or whatever, and just explore other people's shit. And that's usually that. I've never really had a situation where I couldn't get out of my beat block from there. And that
Yeah.
doesn't mean I'll be able to make a whole beat that day, right? Like I might still be kind of stuck in the creative process, but I'll at least be able to find my sample, lay down a drum line, and that's how I'll get my inspiration. And the next day I can just build off of that.
Keys. That was a key. I'm gonna
So
get a key. I'm
yeah,
gonna get a key sound effect. That was a key. That
yeah,
was a good key.
yeah, bro.
Yeah.
So that's always been a good thing, and just
Man.
never trying to like, because the times that I would finish beats, it would be uh days. I would never go in. Whenever I went in trying to finish a beat, I would never finish it. But if I ever went in just enjoying what I did, I would come out with beats like crazy. It was weird.
Yeah.
It's like the opposite effect.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much my answer to that question. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. We fucked up. I ain't even played the
What
damn
happened?
track. I ain't even played a damn track. Episode. I gotta get used to this shit, bro. I'm on EP4, so
It's all good.
forgive
Yeah.
me.
Day by day.
Yeah, but I really
Nah.
love this track. I think this is a dope ass track. And for you, just really like it blows my mind, bro. Your progress and your growth, fool. Like
Yeah.
I know things have been rough lately. You know, just
Yeah.
life shit for me and just for everybody. For everybody, things are just tough right now. And
Right.
but I've seen your growth, man. And you can't you level up quick. You
Yeah.
level up very
So I
fast,
appreciate you.
and that's a lot of people. I mean that's a blessing. So
Yeah, for real.
this is one of
Yeah,
your
yeah, no,
earliest
thank God for
projects,
that.
bro. I'm about to play. The title is I
That
don't
was
know
like the
yet,
year that I discovered it.
huh?
Oh yeah.
It's I don't know
I
yet. Yeah,
remember that.
this is like within the
Yeah.
first 12 months. You said the
Yeah,
year?
definitely. Like, yeah, that was within the first year that I
Yeah,
made that beat. That's when I was still living over
yeah. Okay.
there.
All
Yeah,
right. So let me go ahead and play this, man. This is called I don't know yet
yeah.
by
Find a name for it
CJ
later.
Ice Cole, the
Yeah, yeah.
producer.
Let's listen.
All right, here we go. That's smooth as fuck, bro.
Yeah, yeah. The violin was my favorite part. I think. Kind
Huh?
of. But I'm gonna shut up.
Hold on, I can't hear you. Hold on. Say it again.
No, I was saying that violin. I forgot about that violin, and when I heard it in between the
Can't hear you, but hold on. Tell me out. That shit takes over the damn thing. saying something about the violin. You said what? Hold on.
It's,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
that's
fire.
funny. I
So
like
what
that
were you
shit.
saying about the violin?
The violin, I just felt like that. I remember when I came out with that violin, or when I found the sound that I
Uh,
wanted. That violin really like laid down it came for me. It became the glue for the song because it
mm-hmm.
made the mood came from the violin, that energy
And I,
that I was looking for.
and I think that's tricky business, bro. When it comes to violins and shit like that,
Yeah,
not necessarily like when it's like long, like,
right. Especially on these repetitive beats where
yeah.
they turn around a lot.
I
Yeah,
think it's tricky because sometimes people put them in the tracks and they just don't sound good, bro. Like a lot of times you did a good job there. Like I think that was like a very good sound selection. Like I think it just
thank
fits
you.
well.
Thank
You
you.
know what I mean? Sometimes that shit could sound like,
Yeah.
honestly, it kind of sound not this one I'm saying, but sometimes like violins and certain strings and shit,
Mhm.
people put them in there sometimes and they sound corny. You know what I mean? But like
Yeah.
that shit
No,
was
they're good.
smooth.
Yeah, yeah, for
That shit
sure.
was smooth. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's tricky to get it right. To find the
Right,
right
right.
one.
Hell
But
yeah.
that was dope, man. So yeah,
So
hell yeah.
you gonna keep working on that one.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you gotta get those.
Once I
Don't lose those stems.
I'm gonna send them over to you. I'm gonna get on that computer before I sell it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
Number.
Oh yeah, yeah. Let's see. We did 2, 3, 4, and 6. Let's do 5.
Dream collaboration. One artist, one producer.
Ooh, one artist, one producer. Let's see. Ah, see, this is the thing. I swear, bro, this was not because of the trend that's been going on. Cause I want to say when I was listening when I really
I
got
know where
into
this is going, bro. Hold on, wait.
when I got out
Hold on. You talking about that dead body?
no, 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 hell no. Maybe, yeah, yeah. I missed what you were saying. I got you. Hell yeah, the whole Drake Kendrick
Oh
beef.
man, that was bad.
But who I wanna collab with, but this was before the whole Kendrick thing with Mustard. Mustard, the producer I want to fuck with is Mustard because I listened to this song. Uh, 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 fuck, what's that called? Um, it's the song with Nipsey Hussle and Mustard, where Mustard had an album where he did a bunch of features, and one of them was with Nipsey. He also did a song with fuck, I'm throwing blanks right now. Let me think the name. What's the name of the song?
By who?
I can't remember the name of the song, but
Hold on. Watch
basically
this.
it was a dope ass song.
Who was
Uh,
on the joint?
it was Mustard featuring Nipsey Hussle.
Hold on. Do you know when it was released? Hey, hold on a second. Hold on a second, GPT. Hold
I
on.
maybe
Sure
2019,
thing. Just
2018,
let me know when you're
possibly.
ready.
Uh, what's up, Mustard and Nipsey song that they did together recently?
There isn't a new song by Mustard and Nipsey Hussle. Mustard's album Faith of a Mustard Seed was inspired by Nipsey and is set to release on July 26th, 2024. Maybe
Okay,
check that out.
okay, but they did a song
Mm.
together.
Yeah, yeah, they did a song
Yes, they
together.
did.
Just it
The
was just a
track Perfect
song.
10 was a collaboration between
That
Mustard
one,
and Nipsey
that
Perfect
Hussle
one.
for
10?
Mustard's
Mhm.
20.
All right, thanks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Perfect 10.
Mm.
I heard that song, and that was the same year that I was really discovering music for the first time. I felt like that was like what 3 years ago now, 2 years ago,
Mm.
and I just remember thinking like how vast the community is in terms of hip hop and just music in general because I saw Nipsey being featured on this producer that I've never heard of before. I discovered Mustard through Nipsey Hussle because I was listening to Nipsey's music, and I'm like, who the fuck is Mustard? And then I ended up listening to Mustard's whole album, and I'm like, oh, he's really connect. He's just as connected as all these other rappers. He's just on the producer side.
Yeah.
And I mean, he had his own album that he made where he was just mainly his album. That was what tripped me out the most was when he made that album. Well, he's about to make Faith of a Mustard Seed, but and that might have more of his rapping than before. But in his last album, I can't remember the name of the album, but he had features on there and I realized like this is just an album, not just, but it was an album of features. The music was his. That's what made it his album, but he was really just getting all these big names on there,
Yeah.
and even like smaller names or whatever. I just thought that was really unique and creative as a producer, and it showed me like the how open the space is, the creative space for you to put out what you want. Because a lot of producers might feel like I need to get on other people's albums. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, nah, you could be a producer that like I could as a producer find all the local names and just put out an album with just local, you know, artists, and I
Mhm.
could just do different things that way. There's just different ways to cut the cake. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, yeah. So him, that was a long-winded answer to say Mustard.
Yeah.
And then as far as as an artist, I've really been not Kendrick. It's not gonna be Kendrick. He's one of the people that I want to, but he's definitely, well, I wouldn't say I'm the top one. He's just on my mind because of all the shit that's been going on.
Yeah.
But if I really think about it, what producer I'd want to mess with or artist, Method Man, bro.
Wow.
That'd be dope if I can get Method Man
Damn.
and
That's an interesting.
yeah,
That's
Method Man.
interesting. Why you say that? I'm gonna dig on that
His
one.
lyricism is just, I've only
I did
scratched the
not see
surface,
that
but
coming,
I've really
bro.
like, yeah, because I recently last year I was listening to his music and I didn't know who it was at first. So I knew who Method Man was because of the TV show Power, right?
Uh,
I appreciated his character, and I was like, and then I did some digging on the cast members, and I realized Method Man is actually like really connected, and he's like really, he was Wu Tang, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But I didn't really understand the how deep the roots went. And then I was listening to to some old school. I was listening to Boom Bap, and it was just radio, so I was listening to random music, and then one of his songs came on. I think he has a song called Method Man, don't he?
I don't
Or
know.
no, it's the one. No. It's the one. Fucking
METHOD, man. It ain't that, is it? Oh,
no. That's
okay.
I recognize that one, but it's his one of his more popular ones. Cream.
Mm-hmm.
The one
Cash
where that's
Rules.
like where he created the anthem for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that bounce, the flow. I was just like, and then I started hearing kind of his entendres and shit, and it was just there was a simplicity to the complexity, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
He was capturing complex ideas and complex lyrics through simple delivery, and that's something that I feel like I've just been wanting to study more, and I've appreciated with his music.
Mm-hmm.
And I think also just knowing where he's gone and discovering him at a later stage helped me just learn like where his mind was at even at that age, because obviously he became way more successful, and outside of than just he became more successful than just in the music.
Yeah.
And so
Absolutely. He's
it kind
smart.
of gives you it gives you a bigger picture
Mm-hmm.
in what his lyrics meant to him at a younger age.
Yeah.
I say an idea because you can never really know what's going through somebody's head, but you know, it
Yeah.
just gives you a
Okay.
picture, paints a picture.
Absolutely. Um.
Yeah, Method Man, Mustard, man.
Okay. Okay. Um. So I'm gonna pick one for you. I want to pick one here. And this will be the
Okay,
last one. We're running short on
all
time,
right,
and then after that, we're gonna do the sacred. I'm asking for some sacred keys, bro. Um.
okay.
So let me see. Hmm. I mean, shit, we covered all of them, I think. Oh,
Then we
oh,
missed one
shit.
and seven, I think.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's two good ones, bruh.
I can
Damn,
give you
I
like
don't
quick,
know,
short answers
fool.
if you want for both.
Huh?
You want me to just give you short answers for each?
Yeah, fuck it.
All right, I'll
Why
keep it
not?
short. What's up?
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I mean, they're very similar questions, though, bruh, but fuck it. I mean, whatever. Hold on, let me see. Um, okay, let's do both. What got you into music production, and when did you start? That could have been a good opener, but
Um,
fuck it.
yeah, it's all good. What got me into it, it was I got back home from the military. I was living with you, and I went into the studio. I remember I was just high as fuck, and I was just, it was a Sunday. I was busy. It was a long week at school. I was just trying to chill, just kick back, do whatever. So I went into the studio to see what you were up to, and then I saw the NPC, and I remember I knew what it was. I just didn't really know what it did, or I didn't really know what it was, but I had an idea of what it was because of sometime in the past you had showed me. You had shown me it, and I didn't. I don't know. I saw it. I thought it was dope, but I didn't really think much of it at the time. But for some reason, when I walked into that room, I saw the NPC, and I was just like, can I fuck with that?" And you were just like, "Yeah." And I fucking you showed me like the basics, and then you showed me how to get on YouTube and learn it. Not how to get on YouTube, but how to use YouTube to learn the NPC. And I was just like, "All right, bet." And then I go back into the house, and next thing I know, what didn't feel like 6 hours ended up being 6 hours of me just making music on the NPC. I didn't
Yeah.
even get up to like do anything.
Time
I was
warp.
just, bro, it was crazy. I felt like I teleported through time because you know how like when you just do something that you enjoy so much that
Hell
the
yeah.
time just flies. That was the first time I've ever done anything next besides video games. That was like the second time. The same feeling that I got from that was the same feeling that I got when I was playing video games as a kid. Was like you just do something like, wow, this is fucking awesome. For the first time, it just flows and it just works. And I was just like, okay, this is definitely something that I can build off of because I was also at a time in that time I was in search of like new hobbies and shit like that to just spend my time better. And I realized the music was kind of really became a saving grace in a lot of ways. Um, just therapeutic and all that. So yeah, that's my short answer to that.
Why you feel like that? Expand on that a little bit. You said it became your saving grace. Music became your saving grace.
Yeah,
How do you feel? Like what do you
uh,
mean by that?
because when I got out the military, I did the military was kind of the when I went into the military, it was because I didn't really know what the fuck I wanted to do with myself, and then that became my purpose. And then as I got out the military, I realized I forgot to do the part that I was most excited about, which was building off of the military and giving myself purpose after the fact. So I lost my sense of purpose after I left the military, right? And I was just like, I don't want to do something that feels like just a paycheck. You know what I'm saying? Something that's
Yeah.
just for the money because that just kills. I know what that's like, especially in the military after X amount of time. As crazy as it sounds, when you go to the military, you're hoping to go to war. So after a certain amount of time, when that doesn't happen, you kind of lose your motivation, and it's just kind of like, what am I even doing this for? Type shit. And it's like when you don't see when you don't get that activity, or as much of that activity as you were hoping for, it just becomes draining. And I was able to connect the dots with that. I was like, it's not just a military thing, it's just a sense of purpose thing, right? So when I get out of the military, I knew that it'd be even worse. It just felt more uh not intimidating, that's not a good word. It just felt more depressing because doing that same thing on the corporate side just felt like I didn't want to do it. So I was trying to find something that was like just anything that would make me feel I just needed freedom. I needed creative expression and freedom. That's why I was trying to get into the whole business thing. I was in business school for a year. I don't know if you remember. As
Mm-hmm.
scary as it was, I just liked the idea of not having to adhere to someone else's way of doing things for however many years,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes sense. And music became an outlet while I tried figuring that shit out.
Yeah.
And in some weird way, I can't really articulate it, but some weird way, the music led me to the barbering because the barber experience, well, it's perfectly balanced because it is a business, but I don't need employees. I don't need to create a whole team around me about anything. I just gotta figure out how to get clients in, automate that process, and that alone would allow me to plug my music in. I don't know if I'm kind of going on a ramble, but that's how I found myself uh, where I'm at today. It's because
Yeah.
the music became an outlet doubt and in times of doubt and what's the word? Not what's the word I'm looking for?
Like it gave you purpose. Basically, I mean, from what I'm catching is like the music gave you like it kind of allowed you to regain your sense of purpose because when you were in the
Right.
military, it was kind of like it kind of well, that's like a two-part thing, right? Part of it is like
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
kind of fucked up that
Shit.
what happened?
No, I just dropped the
Uh,
phone.
uh, it was kind of like
What?
nothing. I'll tell you later.
All
Uh,
right.
it was like Fuck was I about to say? My bad. I lost my train of
Talking
thought.
about the sense of purpose. The military
Yeah,
is
yeah,
like a
yeah. So
two-part
when you
thing.
didn't go to
Yeah.
war, because you didn't go to war, it's kind of like you're getting built, you're getting primed. They prime you for that shit. And
Yeah.
then turns out you don't go to war. So it's kind of like
Right.
kind of fucked up in a sense, right? It's kind of like, damn, what's the point of all this shit, right?
Right.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
and then also getting out the military. So the second part to that is that when you got out the military, it was kind of like, now what? Like that became your life.
Yeah.
And so when you got
Right.
out of there, music kind of brought you back to some kind of purpose in a sense is what you're saying. And the
Yeah. And
barbering
what I
is
was.
also a sense, going back to the very beginning of the call, is that barbering kind of gives you that money
Yeah.
to fund the music
Right.
type shit.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Because again, just the reason I harped on that whole thing about losing that sense of purpose in the military, where you're kind of like, well, what the fuck is am I doing this for?
Yeah.
When I got out of the military and I started looking at different jobs, like doing like armed security or like I'm not just talking like the entry level. I was thinking of like doing like a full blown like as a career, like for executives and stuff like that. I was thinking about some
Mm-hmm.
shit like that,
Mm-hmm.
and I still got that sense. I still got that same sense of like I just feel like it's just gonna be it's gonna it felt like it all added up to the same place for me mentally, where it's like, all right, this is cool. I'm getting paid for it. I'm able to make shit happen. But at the end of the day, I'm still stuck within the confines of this job, is what it
Yeah.
felt like. And that shit just scares me. I don't like that idea because I have, things that I want to do, and I don't even care. I don't want to say I want to be rich. I just want to be comfortable enough to be able to go do something when I feel like fucking doing it. Like
Right.
that's just something like that I want to do. I don't that just sounds like wealthy to me. It doesn't necessarily mean rich, but if that's what it comes up to, then I thank God. I'll thank God for it every day. But regardless of whether it's rich or wealthy, I just want to be comfortable enough to be able to go do something without having to have someone else give me permission to do it.
Bro,
Basically.
I don't blame you. I completely understand. Not only that, I was
Yeah.
just having this conversation last night
Yeah.
about that, and just like I was just thinking like I was telling I don't know who it doesn't matter. But the point is that yeah, man, it's like just to have the money, it's not even about that. It's about just like if somebody in my family gets sick or if,
Hmm.
car breaks down or like shit like that, like you want to be able to just take care
Yeah.
of that shit, bro. It's not even
Like,
about it's just about
sorry,
being
bro.
able to meet the bare necessities, bro. You know what I'm saying? And not having
Right.
to like, damn, how do I, my mom needs surgery for some shit or et cetera,
Hmm.
XYZ, XYZ. It's like that.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
important, bro. And that's
I got a
that's kind
story to
of I
plug
think
in,
we're
but I
all
don't
trying to
want to.
get there we're all trying to pretty much get to at least that point.
Right. No effects. I got a story to plug in that can jump off of what you said, but I know we're on a time constraint, so I can say it another time if
Nah,
you don't
keep
have
going.
it.
Fuck it. We're on EP4, bro. This will be
Yeah.
one of the longer ones.
Plug
I
in.
I still got to plug in the new format anyway, so fuck it. The first few episodes, we're still in pilot mode, fool, so whatever. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
No, I'm just thinking about what you said, like when it comes to family. Like I remember one of my sergeants, he told me a story about how he was in North Carolina. He was stationed, his job and his family were stationed out of Camp Pendleton on the West Coast.
Mm.
But he had a training event that he had to go to on the East Coast. So he flew over to North Carolina for an event, and his wife was pregnant at the time, and she ended up having an early pregnancy. Everything was fine with the baby, it just happened to be an early pregnancy. But the thing is, he was like, I gotta go. Like this, usually in that situation, you're able to just, you're living with your wife. It's not hard to just tell your commanding officer, hey, I gotta go home real quick.
Yeah.
But because he was at another state and he was doing an event and whatever, he was under different command. It was just there was a lot of red tape that kind of got involved because of it.
Uh,
And he ended up not being able to go home. They told him, no, you're not gonna go home. I don't care if you're having your baby. That was basically what happened. It was like, I don't care if your wife's in the hospital right now. You got to stay here and finish that event. And they told him, it's like, if you leave, you're gonna get in trouble. And he said, fuck all of you. And he got in his car and he left. And what ended up happening was, yeah, he made it in time to see his wife and everything, but he he lost his rank. He got demoted, and then it set him back like 2 years.
that.
And he's a career Marine too, so he's given his whole life to that shit, bro. Like, and I see the sacrifices that he puts in for the military. And it was like that one time, and again, I'm not even trying to use that to talk shit about the military, because after the time that I've been in, I realized a lot of those stories that make it sound so horrible is it comes down to the individuals and that were in those situations. Because had he had a different Marine that was more understanding, he would have been within the legal constraints of the military. He would have been able to go see his wife and kids. Whoever it was just trying to be a dick because
Right.
he probably didn't have a wife and he was jealous or some shit, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like I realized like there's just
It's not the organization, it's the individual, is kind of what you're
right.
saying.
It's the people that make
You
up the
just got some fuck
organization.
ass people.
Yeah, no, really, that was the biggest part. That was the part that I didn't like the most. Was like I don't know what I'm gonna get every time I make a change in the military or a company. It's gonna be someone. It might be dope. They might make my next 2 years love like fucking great, or they might make my next 2 years hell. And I don't like that being in the hands of someone else. You know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All
So
right.
that's kind of where my shit came from, as
Okay.
far as the way that I decided to approach this music shit.
Okay. So this I'm gonna ask you the next one. It's a very similar question. But I think it's a good closer question. I was gonna pick. I had to pick out of the two, and I think this one's the better closer. What
Okay.
was it? What was it like when you made your first beat? What was the experience like?
Yeah. So just going back into that, I got to your studio, I fucking grabbed the MPC and I sat down and I fucking started making beats or whatever. Um, it was hard because it was the MPC. You got the knobs and the pads, and it's trying to
Mm-hmm.
learn. It's almost like
Mm-hmm.
it felt like almost learning how to use a new computer,
That
like
shit
for the
ain't
first time.
FL, bro. That
Yeah,
shit is
it's
not. A
like
lot of people don't fuck with the MP because it ain't
yeah,
FL, bro. And the tutorials is
yeah,
not as vast. You can't just
right,
like you can find there's tutorials out there, but it's not like
right,
it ain't FL, bro. That shit takes dedication.
yeah,
Dedication.
yeah, not
Nah,
really.
I'm not
And
shitting
but
on FL. Let me just. I
FL's
love
dope. I
FL.
made
I
that
love
beat on FL,
FL.
the one
It's
you're
just
talking about.
NPC
Yeah.
is just a fucking another. It's literally another machine, bro.
Right.
It's different.
But it's so dope though because when you start learning it, you almost become one with the machine. You know how when you do
Yeah,
anything, you kind of like when you're driving or whether you're on a computer, shit
yeah.
just kind of flows. When that shit flows, bro, it's like you almost become one with the piece with the NPC and you already just know and it's like
Oh
you're
yeah, shout out
translating
to our
from
sponsors,
oh shit.
NPC. Our
Hell yeah, for
sponsors.
real.
Go to the website and put in the code. Put in our what do you call it? What do you call it? Our promo code.
Promo code,
Refine
yeah.
failure. Sponsors. They'll be coming soon. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Hell yeah. I thought you were for real for a second. I'm like, that's dope as fuck. You didn't tell me that.
Nah, go ahead.
One of these
Yeah,
days,
yeah. Get
man.
10% off and at no additional cost to you. Sponsors
Hell yeah.
NPC. Yeah. You know, I got to work on that. Go
Yeah.
ahead. No, I'm fucking with
No,
you.
you good. But yeah, no, it was a good experience because I was able to just the thing I did like about the NPC though is because everything's just right there.
Yeah.
The menu, there's only so much space to put everything. When you watch a YouTube video and they tell you go here and do this, it's
Hmm.
a lot easier than on the FL where you have all these different knobs and buttons and like
Yeah.
yeah, I go through these different folders and
You got
shit.
menus and shit. You can hit file and see
Yeah,
1,000 options. Like you can't do
and
that
then
on the
you end up
NPC.
clicking on the wrong thing. You're like, where the fuck is this thing that he's talking about? But with the
Hmm.
NPC, it's like just press this, turn this knob, press that button, whatever, and it's
Oh,
like
you're
go here
saying
and
it's
go there.
easier on the NPC to navigate than
That's what
FL.
I feel like. Yeah,
Damn,
I
that's
do.
crazy. I feel
I
like
do
NPC's
because
harder, like to. I don't know.
well, no, I see what you're saying. It's harder to learn. The learning curve is massive, for real.
Yeah.
Like the learning curve to get it, but once you start learning your way around it, kind of like you were to show when you were showing me FL. I remember how I was amazed at how you were able to just kind of go from point A to point B easily,
Hmm.
and like click this and click that. You were telling me it's like one of those things that you just kind of learn over time. You train yourself for it
Yeah.
over experience. But I'm kind of it's not answering your question though. I was just talking
Yeah. What
about
was the experience like?
yeah, the experience with the NPC was that learning curve was difficult in the beginning, and that whole day was difficult for me. But that feeling that I got after
Mm.
I made a beat
That's
was
what they want to
just like
know.
that sense
That's
of
that's the keys.
accomplishment.
They want to know that
Yeah,
feeling, bro.
that sense of accomplishment that I got, and like that sense of when you music is a different form of communication for me. So that's like being able to communicate something that you don't normally know how to communicate. Like, for example, you know how women say men don't know how to express their emotions a lot. They
Mm.
suck at that shit, and and then the things that we say with our words in terms of our emotions end up being lost in translation. I feel like when you make music, it's a lot easier to understand a man's feelings. And women too. It's not just men that have problems communicating their emotions, but we're the ones that carry the stereotype.
Mm.
And when I was able to just listen to the music, and it just made me feel, oh shit, it just made me feel understood. And then what was really cool was when I would ask other people to listen, and I'd ask them how the song makes them feel. And 9 times out of 10, it was that same feeling that I was getting. And it was
Yeah.
like, oh, so you can like you're understanding. There's a level of communication there
Yeah.
that I learned exists. And that was all I discovered that in that day. Like when I was making the music,
You went crazy. You went
yeah, it
crazy.
was just like
You were locked in
yeah.
for like, I want to say weeks. It feels like.
Mm. So that first month or whatever, I was like every day, fucking. Whenever I was bullshitting my school shit. I was like getting my assignments
Yeah.
done the fastest way I could, and then I'll just get on the computer and fucking make music.
Yeah.
Cause it felt like I learned a new way to communicate, and it was like I was able to communicate things that I normally wasn't able to.
Mm-hmm.
Feelings of like being misunderstood and shit. That music bridged that gap for me.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So we got about, let's say 10 minutes. So I think we got time to knock these sacred keys out.
Yeah.
And that's some technical shit. I'm gonna fix that later too. But it's all in what do you call it? There's a saying I can't.
All in a day's work.
Yeah, I think that's what I was say. But does that mean all in a day's work? That's like day at a time, right?
All,
Basically.
all in a day's work. I feel like it's more just like accepting what it takes to do your job.
Okay. Well, it's all in a day's work.
That's how I interpreted it. I
What
don't
I'm
know,
trying
I
to
might be
really say
tripping.
is just a day at a time. Yeah, I can't do everything at once, bro. It's fucking crazy. I gotta eat breakfast.
Yeah. Crawl walk run.
I
Yeah,
need
for
to
real.
have dinner. Maybe after dinner.
Yeah.
Give me some sacred keys, bro. Give me 2 to 3 sacred keys, bro. Like I said, it could be barber shit, it could be music shit, it could be
Yeah.
life shit.
Hell yeah.
It could be about what happened a few days ago shit. It could be whatever shit.
Yeah. I mean, shit. Yeah. That was some shit too.
That was some
But
shit.
I guess my first sacred key. Let me think for a second. My first sacred key would be to not listen to the internet and the sensationalism and the fear of missing out. That culture. That's the word I'm looking for. That culture of sensationalism and that culture of FOMO, fear of missing out, that you see online, especially in the music industry, because the music thing is fucking slow. Like the thing that people don't understand. Like I've seen a lot of people, like even in my barber school, like there's this guy he's trying to be a rapper. He is a rapper. I'm not trying to knock on his game, but he's a rapper, but he's not where he wants to be, and you can sense that he's got a lot of drive and motivation, but he's placing it in the wrong areas, and when you listen to someone talk, you can kind of understand where their head's at. And what he was always talking about was like the sensationalism behind music. He was talking about like, let me get the bitches, let me get it's all about getting the bitches and the money and all that. But for him, it wasn't about getting it. It was about showing it on camera. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so what I realized is like, I believe anybody can really do it as long as they put their mind to it, right? That's as corny as that sounds. It's just one of those facts that stood the test of time. Like he has talent, but I felt like his talent was misplaced. So I'm just using that as an example for my sacred key, which is to avoid that FOMO and that sensationalism, because it's always going to be there. The music is a lot like partying, bro. Like the partying is always going to be there no matter what you're doing. It's not going to be gone in 10 years or whatever. So just focus on what I feel like everybody should be loving music in the first place for, which is the music. It's just to enjoy the music and enjoy the process and understand that you may not ever actually get to be on TV or whatever. And even if you don't, that's okay, because if that's what you were doing it for in the first
You
place, then
shouldn't
do
even
you
be
even
doing
deserve
it.
to be on TV? Right?
Shouldn't
Do
be
you even
doing it,
deserve to
bro.
be on TV?
I get you. So the key is
Because
love
for
it.
me,
Do it for the love, bro. Is what you're trying to say.
yeah,
Do it for the fucking love, bro.
right.
Like
Oh shit, no, definitely. Do it
like
for
if
the
you're
love of the music. Fuck the
yeah,
rest.
the love of the music, the love of the craft. It's a long, play the long game. It's not about all the bullshit,
Yeah,
all the
because
this and that and
right,
the yada yada.
right,
You know what I mean?
right. Yeah, because even like when we do get into that part, right? When I think about like what I gotta do for promotions and like trying to figure out what the people like and shit, for me that's just trying to find my community because I'd die a happy man if I could find 2 3 thousand people that fuck with me, and they just
Mm,
fuck with everything I make. Because for me, that's not just people loving my music; those are people that are probably, at least some of them are in the same shit that I'm doing. So then I'm able to find people that have that like minds, those like finding those like minds, and being able to share in this gift and enjoy this gift with.
mm-hmm,
I feel like that's really the purpose behind the music, and that kind of ties into my second sacred key, which is if your heart really is in the right place, you're gonna realize that it's gonna be hard to put food on the table for this shit. Like this isn't a society that is very supportive, at least right off the rip, of people that are creators.
mm-mm.
And so you got to be able to, you still got to play the game. So you got to figure out what you can do as far as the supporting yourself while you enjoy this music. And I guess that would be my second one, and then my third one kind of just ties those two together, which is just be okay with it being a hobby. Like, and what I mean by that is this again, that doesn't apply to everybody because there's other people who may have more ambitions. Like Kendrick, I know this shit. He wasn't okay with this shit being a hobby for him, but for me, I feel like I'm okay with it being something that I do in between haircuts because I understand that if my creativity, because my hustle's gonna be there regardless. I'm gonna be making music every day. I know that for a fact. So if it's true, like what Kendrick says and J. Cole, as long as you're doing that shit every day,
Of
then it's
course,
gonna work out. And I'm gonna just
absolutely
trust
true.
what they're saying. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
it's
saying?
true.
I'm gonna just trust what they're saying because for me, if that's all that I gotta do, and I just gotta put my head down and work, then that's what I'm gonna do in terms of the music. But for me, that feels more of like a hobby when I look at it, right? Because for me, that means okay, well, I'm gonna be cutting hair and I'm gonna be making music in between the haircuts.
Yeah,
That feels like being realistic with myself. That looks like a hobby, but again, I be obsessing over this shit, bro. I'll stay up until 3 4 in the morning making some music
that's
just
the
because it's
road,
fucking
bro.
yeah,
That's the road, bro. Like
yeah.
for me,
And that's what I meant by be okay with it being a hobby. I don't mean, you know, don't allow yourself to be ambitious. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Nah, for me, it's like I feel like it's absolutely the road to greatness in music. Fuck the money. Just talking about the
Right.
craft.
Yeah, yeah.
The road to greatness in music is dedication and just absolute disgusting
Hmm.
work. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like just work, work,
Right.
work. You do that, and the rest is history. Like you can't miss, bro.
Yeah.
If you do that,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I know you. I've seen you do that. So the
Right.
only way is up. Only way is up. I hear you on the
Yeah.
hobby shit. I kind of get
Yeah.
what you're saying. What the fuck was that? Did you
I
see that?
saw that thumbs down. I don't know.
The fuck was that?
But yeah,
I
no,
was
I
about to say
fucking I
something. I was
wanted
about to
to.
say something. Is that you?
Nah, that's not me.
Oh well, fuck you then, punk.
Who's doing the thumbs
I don't
down?
know. I'm joking, I
Nah,
guess. Or I don't know. I
whatever.
honestly don't know what the fuck that is. I'm
Yeah,
whatever. I don't
but
even know what to say to
fuck it. I don't even know how that's
that.
happening.
I guess, but yeah, man.
Um,
Fuck it. I ain't tripping. So, moral of the story is, bro. Yeah, man. I'm just saying that absolutely, bro. Hard work, and hard work. I think hard work beats talent. That shit is real, bro. Like it really
yeah,
does. It really does. If you just sit there and you just it's obsession, bro. This shit is
yeah.
it's a game of obsession. This music shit, and those that
Right.
become obsessed become the greats, in my opinion.
Right, no facts, and that's what I want to reiterate because it's like I'm standing by what I said. Be okay with it being a hobby, but I think what I meant by that is be okay with giving it the same space that you would a hobby if you got to eat. You know what I'm saying?
Right, 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 right.
Because
Because you
at
got to
the end of
eat.
the day, right, you got to eat, and if your heart is in the right place, regardless of if you're treating it as a hobby or not, your heart's gonna reveal how you really feel about the music.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, shit, we could tie that back into the whole Drake and Kendrick thing. I feel like that's the prime example. In my mind, I never really fucked with Kendrick. I can't say I'm a Drake hater in the sense that he doesn't like. I'm not gonna hate it. I can't hate everything about Kendrick, bro. He's got style. He's got a good creative. He's a good creative. He
Talking
has a
about Drake?
creative. Yeah, he's a creative for sure.
Mm-hmm.
At least I'm hoping. At least the most of his shit was at least somewhat original, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
he obviously he had the right formula. He isn't the top for no reason. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
No, I
or he
agree.
wasn't the top.
My respects as
But
a creative.
yeah, nah, I say all those things first, right? But at the end of the day, the way that I personally felt about Drake was I didn't appreciate knowing like when I learned about his history and where he came from, because that's the first thing I usually do when I hear an artist is like I want to figure out where it is that they came from and see if they're really speaking from the heart, specifically rap. I don't really do that much with other with
Nah,
like
because
music,
rap
like
is
rock
different,
artists or
bro.
some shit.
Rap is
Right,
the
with
only
rap.
rap is the only genre where you gotta write your own shit.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
really, like,
So
and I'm not saying I'm not knocking it, but
yeah,
because there's artists that don't write their own shit. But just for me,
right. Exactly. Personal opinion, right? That's what I'm trying to
just
get at. It was like
if I'm not
what
writing my
I
own
want
shit, why am I rapping?
exactly. So with Drake shit, I never really liked it because I'd hear him say shit and it just sounded like he was trying too hard to be someone else. And that was the problem that I
Mm.
had. Is like I don't care if if you're like making raps
Two
like
two minute
Eminem, for example,
2 minute
bro.
warning.
Yeah, my bad.
You're good.
Like for example, Eminem, I said talks like I'm fucking New York or some shit. He
Talks.
talks like yeah, he talks like he's a fucking serial killer, but is he really? You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that's he's not actually he's talking
But
about
that's
shit that
different. But it's different with him because he does it for it's more of a shock factor thing, I think, and everybody's aware
right.
of that. He's
Yeah.
fucking. He does it. He's like with him. With him, it's different because it's not like he's really portraying. Like he's not like I'm a real serial killer shit.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's
It's
not
just
like some bogus shit. It's
right. No,
like
it's some it's
that's his whole like brand.
I feel
It's
like that
like
was him exploring
I'm
the
the
depths of his
crazy
mind,
Slim
for real.
Shady baby
Yeah,
from the
yeah,
80s,
yeah,
whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, and niggas just crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so
yeah. Yeah, no, so that I'm just trying to use that to contrast the way that I see Drake because I feel like if you want to talk about music that isn't really true to the person lyrically, then yeah, Eminem says some shit that he probably really wouldn't do, but Drake is doing some shit that he also really wouldn't do, but is trying to present it as something that he's trying to really do. You see what I'm saying?
I'm done with this. We're done, bro. We're gonna end
What?
the show. We're gonna end the show. Cause we can't go any further. Literally,
Yeah,
we
my
can't go
bad.
any
Yeah,
further. But
but
we'll talk
yeah,
more,
that's
man. You'll be
probably good.
back. We'll be back. We'll continue
Yeah,
that
for sure.
conversation on the next one, bro.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we'll get to it later. But I was just trying to say Drake is fake as fuck.
EP4, bro. We did it
Yeah.
again, man. I'm gonna
Yes,
drop.
sir.
I'm
I'm
gonna probably
proud of you.
drop 4 before 3, but whatever. We'll figure it out. I'm gonna talk
Let's
to you later.
go.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna call you in a sec.
All right, for sure.
All right, bro. Thank you for coming on the show, man.
Yeah,
Love
love
you,
you.
bro.
Talk soon.
All right.